Hi, it's Leah Busby, Blackfish Finance here. Again, giving a quick update with you with Denham here, our rockstar real estate agent. So today we're going to talk about building inspections. So from a finance perspective, we get our clients asking us whether we should get a building inspection. Obviously, we don't look at the properties, so we're not really sure what you are there looking for. So we do have a couple of building inspectors that we work with, and we can recommend them to you if you do want to. But we just thought we'd talk to Travis as well this morning about what happens on your end when someone says they want a building inspection.
Yep. So probably more than half the offers we get nowadays are subject to a building inspection. But what we generally do, if we've got the buyer that we're going to be selling the property to, we work with them around getting that building inspection done really quickly, usually in the cooling off period, which is only a couple of business days normally, or minimum 2 business days. What we don't do, I don't know what other agents do, but what we don't do is recommend a building inspector to our buyer. We want to have that transparency there because we have a conflict of interest. So what we generally do is direct our buyers to speak to Leah or speak to their mortgage broker around recommending one.
Yep.
Then we get the building inspection done. We get it done really quickly, and then I guess it just comes down to what comes from that and what to look out for as to what are the big ticket items or what are the small things.
Yeah, that's right. And we certainly remind our clients the building inspector's job is to bring everything to your attention. So sometimes those reports can be a bit daunting. Sometimes there are things in the report that our clients comment on. We say, didn't you see that when you were there? And they're like, yeah, we did. Certainly from my perspective, because we're looking after our clients, we would say, look, if there is something that needs some work, a fairly common one we see is a leak in the shower, is to go back to the agent, negotiate either for it to get fixed, by a plumber and get a confirmation that's been done properly, or via their insurance claim. But we do recommend it goes back via the conveyance, it gets put into the contract, but we need XYZ fix. Trav, what normally happens if a client comes back to you saying, oh, the retaining wall needs fixing, it's going to cost us $5,000. What's your position on that sort of thing normally? Okay,
so what we generally do is verify that, get a quote or a couple of quotes as quick as we can, and then it's a negotiation really between the buyer and the vendor. And sometimes it's the vendor pays some or all, sometimes it's I understand that, Mr. Buyer, but Mr. Buyer A, but Mr. Buyer B and Mrs. Buyer C are aware of that and are prepared to go ahead if you don't want the property. So it's always a negotiation, but generally it's give and take. Look, at the end of the day, the majority of the properties I sell aren't brand new builds, and there's always going to be maintenance issues. But it is the big ones that we need to look for. Just on the water, the water meter reading levels behind showers, happens probably half the time.
We see it a lot.
And what we normally do is get a plumber out, a master plumber, to come out and do what's called a breach test, so they can check whether there is actually a leak. Because quite often it's the building inspector's little tool that is picking up water that might not be there.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is make sure everyone's happy. The vendor's happy with the sale price and the conditions, and the buyer hasn't been dudded and is getting the home that they're after. So
that's right. So if you've got any questions about building inspection, it can't hurt. We do recommend getting it done after you've negotiated on the price. So don't go and get a building inspection done first, because that'll cost you a few $100s and you might not come to an agreement anyway with purchase price. So we do recommend to our clients, get a number locked in with the agent and then get the building inspection done. Have a good day, and if you've got any questions in regard to building inspections ever, or you just have got a problem negotiating with an agent at the moment, Trav's happy to be a sounding board for you. So if you're not getting anywhere, give Trav a buzz and he'll try and walk you through it. Have a good day.
See ya.